This is Wayne Knoll. I'm speaking on July 31st of 2018, and I wanted to address this morning those who have supported Ken and Glynis Kintsel and our GoFundMe account, which I started with Brother Ken's approval 16 days ago on July 14th, when we found out the very distressing news that on their mission trip in Spain, that she had become very sick, and eventually they found out that she needed to have a hernia repaired, and this was a critical thing. I'm going to take my glasses off because it looks like they're shining in there. It was a critical thing, and they needed $15,000 to perform the surgery at the Spanish hospital. They needed it within 24 hours. That was on a Saturday. They wanted to do the surgery on Monday, and after some prayer and consultation with others, felt like that we were to start a GoFundMe. And honestly, in my wildest imagination, I had no idea that we could possibly raise $15,000 in that amount of time. My biggest hope, me of little faith, was that we might be able to raise maybe $5,000 or $6,000 in that short a time, enough to maybe satisfy the hospital to go ahead and continue. And I certainly was of little faith because I was amazed. We had one of the most amazing things happen in my home church the next morning at Fairhaven Christ Fellowship in Cynthiana, Indiana. We're a small congregation, and yet we've got people with big hearts, and we raised the largest amount of money that on an unannounced offering that we had ever taken in the history of our church, by far. And it was only of God that that would happen. We were able to, in our home church, by God's help, raise $11,000 just out of a few people. And honestly, I don't know how that happened, except it was just the grace of God. But by Monday morning, we had raised over $22,000 thanks to people like you. And now, on July 31st, at the end of the month, we now have over $29,000. It's just absolutely blown my mind, and I thank God for every single one of you. The last that I've seen, we've had 126 donations at this point. We've had over 400 share this on Facebook, and it's been a wonderful thing. And I just wanted to personally thank each one of you that has been so generous in donating and praying, because that's just as critical. And I know the Kintsels would say that. They are some of the most wonderful people that I have ever met, and anybody that knows them would agree with that. They have devoted their life, over 40 years of missions service, and they are mission mobilizers. They train missionaries to go around the world, so their ministry is critically important. They are going to be in Spain as she continues to recover from this surgery until the end of September. That is their plan at this point, which extended their trip about 2 months. But we know that God is going to use this in a great and mighty way. Now, I have two things I'd like to share with you besides just thanking you for your willingness to give. First of all, it could be that some of you might be interested in continuing to support this. I'd like to let you know that now there is the ability to give on their website, which is Kingsway. I'm going to put my glasses back on here. It is kingswaycwm.org. And you can donate on their website, and it will be tax exempt. Now, we weren't able to do that because of the time frame involved with GoFundMe, and that we needed to do that critically. But you might be able to give another donation if after prayer, and you feel like you could do that, because even though we raised $29,000, and that's so wonderful, right now they're looking at bills possibly over $40,000. So there's still a great need. And then the second that I'd like to ask you as generous donors is to consider supporting the Kintsels ministry at Kingsway on a monthly basis. I think that would be the most help that any of us could give for them, would be regular donators, and prayers, of course. You can also do that on their website as well. Even $20 or $30 a month over a long period of time can be a great encouragement and blessing to them. And please pray for their mission. They are people who are going to all the world, and they're sharing the gospel with all the world, and they're training other people to share the gospel. So when you give to them, you're not just giving to them, you're giving to the cause of Christ. So once again, I just wanted to thank you for supporting this wonderful mission, and honestly for helping to save this precious woman's life and to be an investment in the future. So God bless each one of you. Thank you.